is what we call
hater shit.
There is no better term.
12:10 a.m. I was so tired after my day. I fell asleep at 5 p.m. and woke up to breast pump at 9 p.m. ready for bed again. Currently scrolling the hashtag morals.
You guys, we need a practical evolution of the Bible. We need the Bible to be spoken about and content to be created in a way that applies practically in an evolved society with evolved world conditions. So obviously, Pharaoh was owning slaves. That doesn't mean that if you follow the Bible, you go out and own slaves. You have to apply the conditions and the evolution of the world today to the lessons and key takeaways from the Bible, and then create content about that.
She literally, her goal is to talk so much to where people just have no idea what the hell she's talking about, and then we feel crazy.
Not, let's take a literal sense and, misinterpret it and use that as reasoning for why the Bible is bad. Like, the Bible is just a compass to bring you back to your main morals and values.
Just like the flower, when plucked from the garden, it grows, can no longer flourish, and dies. Humans need positive spaces for thriving. Homes, food, clothing. If you throw a flower into the street from its fertile environment, it will die.
What's going on, you guys? So I just wanted to give a quick update for everyone who's been here the entire time since I was pregnant and in the tent. Thank you so much for following. As soon as Weston was born, we were taken to a family shelter, and then there was drama, and we were placed in this, they call it a permanent shelter. It's up to 6 months while they give you housing assistance. So this is the last step before you get your own apartment. People from here have been getting their letters, and
she's like so excited. She really thinks she's about to get herself an apartment.
Moving to their apartments. Xavier and I are still waiting for ours. When Weston comes home, we will move back to a family shelter to continue waiting for our apartment. And that's about it. I'm studying AI and taking some entry-level AI courses. I'm studying the Bible. I'm doing the same thing I've always done with my 3 big kids, Viviana, Louis, and Alexis, ordering food for them, seeing them as often as I can. I popped up on the big kids to give them Easter baskets and saw them in person. I was not able to see Alexis, but I left hers at her grandma's house. I'm also working on GoPro Solo, and we're focusing GoPro Solo on more morally and ethically sound campaigns that call attention to and place a call of action on, self-analysis and looking at our own impacts and our own, effects on ourselves and others in the world around us. So that's exciting. If you don't follow GoPro Solo, please feel free to do so. I'll tag it right here. And then, what else? I mean, that's pretty much it. Kind of hurry up and wait type of deal, For me, my perfect life is the life that I had with my children. I had my own apartment since I was 18 years old. When I was not in a relationship with their father, I was being a single mom. And that always worked for me. That's my life. That's where I'm happy. That's my calling, to be a mother. So I'm just waiting for normal life to come back.
Okay. Oh my gosh, I remember this now. I'm having a real Christian flashback.
Seriously. If you're interested in learning, check out at Coursera.
So I won't be able to get to my son until Wednesday. And my breast milk, all breast milk is only good for 4 days in the fridge, and we don't have a freezer here. So look at this. Just so that I could keep a measurement of how much I'm pumping, I have to keep pumping, otherwise I lose my supply. And when Weston comes home, I want to exclusively breastfeed him until he's at least 1 year old. This is 12 hours of pumping, you guys. A whole liter of breast milk. 12 hours. So this is my pump. I know a lot of you have seen this. This has been the longest 11 weeks of my entire life. Weston is 11 weeks old on Monday. This should have been a non-issue by now, but I need to start pumping with these tomorrow. And these are breast milk collection bags, and they look like this. And then I label them with the time and date, and I pack them up. But they're very expensive. So they cost $10 for a box of 100, and I go through 6 a day. So they last me a little under 2 weeks, about a week per box, a week and a half. So I just started putting it in the bottle, and then we got this little fridge. And the days that I have to, because I have to pump and dump this, but just to make sure that I'm making an adequate amount, I set my alarms for every 4 to 5 hours. Overnight, I'm doing 6 hours now since he's 11 weeks old, and then this gets dumped and the rest gets keep.
So grateful for the shelter and staff. All breast milk is not created equal. I try my best to eat foods that are adequate of all the things: fat, protein, fruits, veggies, sweets, and salts, no caffeine or less than 1 can of soda per week containing caffeine, no coffee, no energy drinks, tons of water, and a prenatal vitamin every single day. Sure, Jan.
My bad, that's actually 24 hours. And when we're talking about quality of breast milk, I make sure that I do a certain, number of things. Number one is maintaining a caloric intake of at least 2,000 calories a day. Sometimes I'm a little under. And if I am, the shelter provides us with little cartons of milk. I'll drink like 2 or 3 in the morning just to get myself off to a good start with the prenatal vitamin. They almost always have eggs here in the morning. They almost always have sausage patties in the morning, so I'll just grab those. Sometimes I have French toast sticks, but every day that they have it, I at least grab the eggs and the sausage. And then Xavier and I both have a link card, so usually we're fine for lunch and dinner, but they do offer sandwiches here for lunch and stuff like that. But I try to just keep it as balanced as possible without restricting myself too much. I eat sweets, I eat fruits, I eat veggies. I just want to get good calories, all the calories, for him. And then the last thing about quality of breast milk and why it's so important to me to breastfeed, and I breastfed all my children until 6 months old at least. I want Weston to be breastfed until 1 year old because this is the first time I've not had a full-time job while having my babies. I had full-time jobs with all my other children, and I have 4, including Weston. But another thing is antibodies are created from our DNA, from our genetic makeup, from mine and from Weston's. If you guys understand that 3 months ago, Weston was inside of my body and we were just considered one person. So the milk that comes out of
No, you weren't.
my body is specifically formulated to his body and his needs. And I just think that biology is our number one teacher in how to parent. What comes natural to me is being a mother. I just have that in me. It's part of my genetic code.
Showing the results for what is it called when someone intentionally tries to create a paper trail of easy to misinterpret events in a premeditated and intentional effort to slander, libel, and misrepresent your character. You literally typed all that into a search bar, ma'am. For the record, defamation. Defamation is a statement that injures a third party's reputation. The tort of defamation includes both libel, written statements, and slander. Why did you not put the point? If it's true, it is not slander and defamation. WHGov, thank you for your submission. It's so crazy how all of a sudden she knows how to get shit done. Well, apply for stuff, let me say that. She hasn't done much. Restore, reimagine, rebuild. I am loving these bulletins from church for campaign inspo. Shush your mouth. You're using the bulletin board for freaking, or the bulletins. Y'all, you're using those for, girl, that's supposed to be inspiring you to get closer to God. Not to, ooh, this looks nice. Maybe I should try to curate something like this when I get back to the tent. Like, what? Oh, more reading the notes. I wonder how many notes she has. Poverty is the real oppressor. Universal basic income. The evolution of digital currency. And then she posted a meme saying, "Do not be deceived. Bad company corrupts good morals." That's true. Very, 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 very true. 1 Corinthians 15:33. Heather says, "How can we help those of us who don't have a way to change their company?" Are you kidding me? They do. You have an excuse for everything. You're such a... Sometimes we have people in our lives that we cannot separate from for one reason or another. Why? Who can't you drop? Someone's messing with your life and your mental health and your heart and killing you? Yeah, you can separate your fucking self. Who are you talking to? Girl, you know, this is why a good thing you don't have kids is because you would be like, "Oh no, you could be around my kids. I'm so sorry. I just can't say no." Bitch, you better set some boundaries.